From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
At 8 p.m. tonight, why I believe it's the deep state playbook, which is an operation, the deep state toolkit, which is an operation in Kathmandu, in Nepal. And at 9 o'clock tonight, Hindus targeted once again, and why it's the limit of appeasement and Muslim appeasement to be quiet about what happened in Mandya. Ladies and gentlemen, the deep state playbook is once again in operation, and exactly what happened, precisely to the point what happened in Bangladesh, is now happening on the streets of Kathmandu. And I want you to look at these visuals, and I want you to remember what happened in Kathmandu, in Dhaka. I want you to remember the images from Bangladesh, and then juxtapose them from the images of Kathmandu. And I want you to remember once again everything I had said at that point of time about the deep state being in play. Ladies and gentlemen, it is dangerous if foreign countries try to overthrow elected governments. But it is even more dangerous if foreign companies want to overthrow elected governments. What is this protest that is burning Nepal all about? What are these Gen Z protesters protesting about in the first place? Who are they protesting for? Some American company, ladies and gentlemen, that refused to comply with the laws of their own country. American social media companies saying, we will not follow the rules of Nepal. We will do whatever we please. We will listen only to one man, and that man's name is Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see the images from Nepal, I will in a moment rerun the images of Donald Trump sitting with the tech bros. And I will ask only one question. Who are the protesters fighting for? Are they fighting for this group of billionaires and trillionaires who only have favors to get from one man, Donald Trump? And if Donald Trump doesn't have his way, these American companies will do anything to push his own interests. Ladies and gentlemen, the so-called crisis in Nepal is simple. We can go back to the images of what happened in Nepal. The government of Nepal said that any social media company which is operating in Nepal has to register with the Nepalese government. They have to comply with the directives of the Nepal government, which is very simple. They have to establish a local presence. They have to appoint some contact persons. They have to adhere to local regulations. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. In India too, we require these social media platforms to appoint local grievance officers, publish compliance reports, store data locally under the Information Technology Rules 2021. Meta, Google, and X have complied, establishing Indian offices and officers. In Nepal, out of the 26 apps which have been banned because they're refusing to comply, 17 are American, which means they're developed or owned by America-based companies, including Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, Meta, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Snapchat. All these people are coming together and saying, why do we need to register? It's a battle between them and the government of Nepal. You would expect the Gen Z of Nepal to say, we have a nation-first sentiment, we have pride for our own country. Of course, these American companies should register with our own government authorities, like they do in America, by the way, because these same social media companies do comply with US regulations. In America, they are subject to laws like Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which means the American government doesn't give them a free-for-all. But these companies want a free-for-all in Nepal, so they dare the Nepalese government. And surprisingly, in this battle, thousands of young Nepalese Gen Z go out into the streets to protest against their government's move to ask American social media companies to follow the rules. Then there are clashes. And young people not aware of possibly all the details go and vandalize the Nepal parliament. The police fires thousands of rounds, and that snowballs into a massive protest, exactly like it happened in Bangladesh. Let's run the images of Bangladesh, ladies and gentlemen, and ask yourself, if you're watching this tonight, what on earth is going on? It happens in Bangladesh one day, the government is overthrown. It happens in Nepal the other day, the government is on the brink. What is the guarantee that some elements will not try to do this kind of dangerous anarchic stuff here in India? What is happening in and around the subcontinent? It happened in Sri Lanka. It happened in Bangladesh. And now before our very eyes, the same anarchy aimed at an overthrow of the elected regime is happening in Nepal. I believe this is the deep state of America sending a message to India. At a time when we are battling Trump, at a time when the entire world, from Africa to Australia, stands with India and says, Narendra Modi has done the right thing by taking on the Trump government with quiet dignity and a sense of national purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, is this the deep state sending a message to the Modi government? That fall in line, or we could do what we have done in Bangladesh? What we could have been doing right now in Nepal, that we could do the same thing in India? Remember, viewers, similar attempts have been made in India. Rahul Gandhi keeps peddling these lies on social media, parading names like Minta Devi. His vote chori narrative gets completely exposed. He refuses to sign an affidavit to back up his allegations. But he talks about fires, and he talks about fires starting in Bihar and spreading all over. Ladies and gentlemen, just hear this.
Wonderful spark, which is, I can see, there is a fire that is starting in Bihar. And you will see I'm inviting all the senior leaders to come and see this fire because it is catching fire. मतलब वो आग फैल रही है, उसको रोका नहीं जा सकता। वो सारों के मुंह में है, सारे लोग वहां पे बच्चे, मतलब 4 साल के बच्चे, वोट चोर चल रहा है।
Ladies and gentlemen, this man who is now holidaying in jeans shorts in Malaysia always speaks about a fire spreading. Why doesn't he speak about winning an election? He talks about starting a fire, spreading a fire, and watching a fire burn the entire country, and smiles about it. And he says India is not a nation. It's but a union of states. Ladies and gentlemen, spreading fires is dangerous. Remember what happened during the Mandal Commission agitation? The whole country was torn apart. The Gen Z of that time was driven to the streets. There were immolations, and the politics of division left deep scars, which we have still not, ladies and gentlemen, recovered from. But as you watch the images from Nepal, please remember what happened in Bangladesh, and then go a few months back and remember what happened in Sri Lanka, and ask yourself the most elementary question. Is it not possible that a foreign power inimical to the interests of the elected governments, which feels that those elected governments don't follow the American way, the American sway, could easily ignite the fires using Gen Z and social media? Ladies and gentlemen, remember what Congress party said, that what happened in Bangladesh can happen in India. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a very real possibility. Listen to this.
परिस्थिति में हम ये भी कह सकते हैं कि जैसा कि शक पैदा हुआ लोगों के मन में बांग्लादेश में कि ये फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन है क्या, वैसे ही शक यहाँ भी आने लगे हैं। वहाँ तो उभर गए हैं, लेकिन यहाँ भी वो शुरू हो गए हैं।
There are 3 elements: shock or a sense of doubt, a social media campaign which is unstoppable, the use of the Gen Z to provoke the Gen Z and add them to the powder keg of a situation and then watch it explode. This is perhaps why Rahul Gandhi keeps saying a fire is spreading. I can see a fire. I can see a fire. The fire is going to spread. Who talks about his own country like that? Who talks about a situation where his country will be burned down? I condemn the words of Rahul Gandhi and the metaphors he tries to use, but I also remember he has leaders and councillors like Salman Khurshid who cannot but help comment that what happened in Bangladesh can happen in India. Listen to this.
Happening in Bangladesh can happen here. It's just that Bangladesh is a concentration of much that we have in our country, and the spread in our country prevents things blowing up in the manner in which they've blown up in Bangladesh. But whatever is happening in Bangladesh is terrible.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you listen to Salman Khurshid, they're the Congress party, it almost a sense of hope. They hope that the fire spreads in India. They hope there is anarchy in India because they genuinely believe that they cannot win an election in India through legitimate means. They have to spread a sense of doubt, use the social media, and cause a fire to burn, regardless of the consequences, ladies and gentlemen, which reminds me of what Yunus said. Because when it was all over, when the conspirator Yunus, having joined hands with absolutely evil forces in America, came together to create an artificial crisis, to burn the country down, to destroy the country, he went and celebrated with his friend Bill Clinton, held his hand and said, Bill Clinton, thank you for letting me carry out a coup in my country. Without your help, I wouldn't have been able to make it. There are leaders today, and which is why we have to be very careful about leaders from our country who go to foreign countries and say, interfere in India. There are leaders like Yunus. And then there are people like Rahul Gandhi, inspired by Yunus, who openly invite foreign countries to operate in their country and give them an entry they should never have got. Listen to this comment of Muhammad Yunus.
It's amazing, meticulously designed thing. It's not just suddenly came, it's not like that. Very well designed. Even the leadership pattern, people don't know who the leaders.
And that's why I will only conclude by saying this: spread this video, be watchful, be careful, remember the burning episodes of Shaheen Bagh, remember the stone pelting, remember the attacks, remember, ladies and gentlemen, the number of people who were killed and murdered in Jahangirpuri, remember the young intelligence bureau officer, remember the anti-CAA violence, but more than that, always remember the fake farmers' protests when someone tried to desecrate the tricolour, ladies and gentlemen, in Red Fort. Remember all of that and remind yourself, as you watch what is happening in Nepal, that this could be but an experiment to their bigger designs on the world's greatest democracy, that is Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, please spread the video. Let's come together. Nation first, no compromise. This is the moment we all have to be very watchful.
In 2022, it was Colombo in Sri Lanka. In 2024, it was Dhaka in Bangladesh. In 2025, it is Kathmandu in Nepal, where protesters descended in large numbers onto the streets protesting against a ban on 26 social media apps after they failed to register with the government within the stipulated time frame. From the streets to the Parliament House, it's mayhem in Nepal. Over 14 individuals have lost their lives. It may seem spontaneous, but there is more than what meets the eye.
It's an amazing, meticulously designed thing. It's not just suddenly came, it's not like that. Very well designed. Even the leadership, people don't know who the leaders.
They have no regard for the legislature or the judiciary.
न्यायालय क्या होता है? सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने कहा है, सर्वोच्च न्यायालय का हजारों फैसला ऐसे ही पड़ा हुआ है राज्य में, उसको तुरंत किस समय कैसे लागू करना है वो तो राज्य का भी काम है ना.
Their strike is at the heart of democracy.
वोट चोरी का मतलब अधिकार की चोरी, वोट चोरी का मतलब आरक्षण की चोरी, वोट चोरी का मतलब रोजगार की चोरी, वोट चोरी का मतलब शिक्षा की चोरी, वोट चोरी का मतलब लोकतंत्र की चोरी.
Their medium is social media. Their message is disinformation.
वोट नहीं ले रहे, ये आपकी जमीन, आपका राशन कार्ड सब कुछ उठा ले जाएंगे, अदानी अंबानी को दे देंगे.
Their objective is street anarchy.
I can see there is a fire that is starting in Bihar. And you will see I'm inviting all the senior leaders to come and see this fire because it is catching fire. मतलब वो आग फैल रही है, उसको रोका नहीं जा सकता. वो सारों के मुंह में है, सारे लोग वहां पे बच्चे, मतलब 4 साल के बच्चे, वोट चोर, वोट चोर, वोट चोर चल रहा है.
Their target is the youth.
बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात निकल रही है जो पिछले 2 यात्राओं में नहीं थी. इसमें क्या हो रहा है, छोटे छोटे बच्चे आ रहे हैं, बड़ा स्ट्रेंज फिनोमिना है. छोटे से बच्चे आ रहे हैं, मेरे पास आ रहे हैं और मेरे कान में कह रहे हैं वोट चोर, गद्दी छोड़, एक के बाद एक. मतलब ये एडल्ट्स नहीं है, छोटे से हैं. अब छोटे से 6 साल के बच्चे को पता लग गया, और एक नहीं, मतलब अनेक आ रहे, हजार.
What started off as a protest against social media ban in Nepal is now being given a spin of an anti-corruption movement, calling it a Gen Z revolution. In the exact same manner how the reservation protest in Dhaka turned into an anti-Hasina movement, calling it a people's revolution. And since last year, many in India have been talking about similar designs.
ऐसे परिस्थिति में हम ये भी कह सकते हैं कि जैसा कि शक पैदा हुआ लोगों के मन में बांग्लादेश में कि ये फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन है क्या, वैसे ही शक यहाँ भी आने लगे हैं. वहाँ तो उभर गए हैं, लेकिन यहाँ भी वो शुरू हो गए हैं.
What's happening in Bangladesh can happen here. It's just that Bangladesh is a concentration of much that we have in our country, and the spread in our country prevents things blowing up in the manner in which they've blown up in Bangladesh. But whatever is happening in Bangladesh is terrible.
They plan to exploit the fault lines. Their fight is with the nation itself.
India is not described as a nation. In our constitution, the line is India, that is Bharat, is a union of states.
The big question remains, is there a sinister design at play to destabilize the Indian subcontinent? India, it's time to be vigilant.
I'd like to welcome everyone. Shubhrashta, Ajay Alok of the BJP, Ratnakar Tripathi of the Congress, Anmol Pawar of the AAP, Tausif Khan of the TMC. My first question is to General Bakshi, because you observe Nepal very closely. This is not looking spontaneous to me, General Bakshi. This has been organized. This reeks of a deep state toolkit somewhere. What do you think, General Bakshi?
Arnab, I am 100% in agreement with you as far as the Bangladesh colored revolution is concerned, as far as what has happened elsewhere is concerned. But in the case of Nepal, Arnab, I would very humbly like to caution. I have been warning for quite some time that the communist government of Oli, pro-Chinese government of Oli, is highly unpopular because of its corruption. The opposition in Nepal has just joined the coalition. They have failed to carry the grievances of the people. The media has failed them. And now this trigger that you have seen, you see, this spark doesn't grow so big over nothing. The simple fact is that the bulk of the Nepali people try and get out of Nepal to get jobs in Dubai. I was just in Dubai and the taxi drivers were Nepalis and they were so sweet, right? The simple fact is when they have to phone them on the international lines, they pay through their nose. But when they do it on WhatsApp, it is free. When he sends messages on Facebook, it is free. Please understand that, Arnab, those people, they are actually affected. They are poor people. They have no hope of getting jobs. Everything is so corrupt. This venal, corrupt government of Oli, it has crossed all limits.
So, but
and
the methodology out here,
hope. As it is, this frustration has been building up.
My concern is about what is going on and the way it's happening. You see these Congress leaders, Ajay Alok, every morning and every evening they say, these Congress leaders, Ajay, what happened in Bangladesh can happen in India. See what happened in Bangladesh. They know they cannot win an election. And they're watching what's happening in Nepal. You know, Ajay, we must be very cautious, viewers. While I agree with the experience of General Bakshi, the fact is, what is the Nepalese government saying? It's asking social media companies to register, have an office locally, which they are expected to do, to follow the law. The social media companies are saying we are not going to follow. And then the Gen Z comes out and they create a situation. See, Ratnakar Tripathi is already smiling. You know why? Because he wants this situation to happen in India. He wants a situation where a rumor can spark a stir, then spark anarchy, where some people die, so that they can then step in. And Rahul Gandhi, who can never win an election legitimately, can say, देखिए मैंने बोला था आग फैल रही है, ये आग रोकी नहीं जा सकती. Ajay Alok is on the debate. Ajay Alok and then Ratnakar.
Arnab, first of all, that this trend we have been seeing all around India is just happening. And it's also there in Pakistan, in occupied Kashmir or in Balochistan. Everywhere there's a mayhem. India is one place where things are kept in control just because the essence of the democracy is different in India. People like Rahul Gandhi or Congress party, they keep on assuming all the things, aag lag rahi hai, aag lag rahi hai, aag lagegi, aur lagegi. Aag lagegi nahi. The point is there. Or lagegi, they keep on trying to fume all these things. We have seen farmers' protests, then we have seen this yatra, then all the other things, what they are trying to do. Like sometimes we have a big Imart-e-Sharia rally in terms of Waqf board all across the country. So they keep on trying to do that. But the problem here is that we are still, the people of this country believe in this country. And if any leader tries to instigate or tries to say that India is not a nation, it's a group of states together, that shows the divisive nature of that leader. And thanks to our media, thanks to the social media, people are now ready to check things at ground level themselves, even at the village level. You'll see people all the time using mobile phones, and as a source of information, it's relayed very fast. And secondly, the essence of this country is changing in the last 20, 25, 30 years. The kind of literacy we are going up, the kind of Hindu awakening is going up, that's changing the tone of this country, and that's what they are finding very difficult to deal with. People like Rahul Gandhi, in the consecutive times, in times to come, 4, 5 years, 10 years more, I guess people in this country have realized that this Gandhi is of no use. Actually, he's here for divisive things.
No, but I see
now we should be concerned
here.
as a nation because what's happening in Nepal,
but they are very happy. They are looking at what's happening in Nepal with a sense of hope. Subrashta, do you see the smile on Ratnakar Tripathi's face? He's beaming. He wants this. That's why he won't file an affidavit in the Supreme Court, because this does not require facts. He wants to use the youth as a projected moral front of a protest. Of a protest. Then he wants violent clashes. He wants people to die. He wants fatalities, which can then cause a loss of face for the government. And then he wants to say, no, but yes.
No, I'm here to listen to you to speak, or to speak here.
No, I'll listen to you. This is what your leaders have been saying. Na, aisa hona chahiye Bharat mein.
The youth of this country.
Since you feel marginalized, why don't you speak what you have to speak, and I'll counter you.
Yes, let him speak.
Please do.
So, are you the anchor, sir? Are you moderating?
No, you speak. She's waiting for you to complete your point. She's being polite. She's being polite, Ratnakar Tripathi, which may be unfamiliar to you. She's being polite to you.
No, she's not being polite to me.
She's being polite to you.
The other way, let me tell you. The problem with you and your leader is that you do not have any agenda at hand.
That is what I'm saying. You are moderating. You started speaking. Shubhrashta ji, you started speaking. You asked me to speak, then you started speaking. That is how.
Okay, I'll ask you one question. Do you feel that foreign companies must follow India, the rules of the country they operate in?
Dr. Goswami, Ajay Alok outrightly rejected your rumors and fears and said nothing will happen. And ladies and gentlemen, a leadership with a Humpty Dumpty international policy, and which is behaving like a ping pong ball between US, China and Russia, is spreading rumors and lies through its allies, like Dr. Goswami. Don't believe them. There is
the people will decide whether they want to believe me or not. You don't have to cajole them. Those watching now can decide whether they believe. I believe you have a bad intent.
Or which he is predicting may happen in India. Nothing. Remember, you stick to
then why do you say aag lag rahi hai, aur aag lagegi? Why do you say that?
Non-employment.
What is this love for aag?
Behavior of this government. And I will finish with one quote of breath. And allow me to speak it. General, your tank is a powerful vehicle. It smashes down forest and crushes the 100 man.
Poetry competition nahi chal.
Please, let me complete. But it has one defect.
Are baap re.
It needs a driver. Generally, a bomber is very powerful. It flies faster than storms.
Why are you being suggested? We are on a political debate. You are not a poetry show. Come to the point, Ratnakar Tripathi. You want violence in India. You want clashes in India. You want unrest in India. That's why you spread the lie about vote chori. You spread the lie about vote chori. Because you believe Jahan Shanka Vahi Lanka. You want to spread a sense of doubt among the people of this country.
But there is a one defect in man. He can think.
Oh, come on.
You can't dominate.
Go fight an election, yeah. You can't fight an election. Don't look at Kathmandu and Dhaka with a sense of hope that I hope this happens in Delhi. Now I want to bring in Subrashta with one question. Did you not create Shaheen Bagh? Did they not create Shaheen Bagh, Subrashta? Did they not create Jahangir Puri? Did they not cause the fake farmers' protest and the desecration of the tricolour? They did. Were they not part of the Greta Thunberg toolkit? They were. They were then and they are now. Subrashta is on the debate. Subrashta.
I would have given Rahul Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi supporters or Rahul Gandhi type politicians a huge amount of respect if they chased one agenda, Arnab, one agenda for 2 years without looking at any elections in mind and actually chased that agenda. Have you ever seen him do that? In the past few months, he has been talking about, as you rightly said, incendiary remarks about aag and fire and youth burning with some rage, proverbial rage or something. My question is this. If the youth is really outraged about something, where is the Congress? Where is the Congress party on the streets chasing that rage, chasing that issue? We see them ping pong between SIR today and vote chori tomorrow, and something else, and then he goes off to Malaysia, and then he expects us to believe that he's a really serious politician. What the kind of chaos that we see in Kathmandu today, the kind of chaos that we see in other neighboring countries today, is a part of a toolkit, as you rightly mentioned. My problem is that some of our politicians are complicit in trying. Ratnakarji, I don't understand your smile, but some of the politicians in our country are trying to just mimic that story here without realizing that the leader at center today, sir, has completely trumped your narrative. Do you understand why Rahul Gandhi is trying to foment the vote chori narrative? Arnab, it is because not just Rahul Gandhi, but all the dynasts in this country today are absolutely scared of their politics slipping away from behind their feet. In Bihar, Tejasvi Yadav, Nishant, and Tej Pratap, and Misa Bharti, and the other Rohini Acharyas of the world, they all know that OBC politics today in Bihar has taken a huge backseat, because here is a Modi who has transcended this politics, owned it, transcended it. They don't know what to do with it. So then they come up with this fake narrative of vote chori. Last time during Delhi elections, they came up with this narrative of your I-cards being absolutely taken away. Did we see any Muslim in India being incarcerated for being a Muslim and his voting rights being challenged?
Anmol, Tosif.
Please tell me, I really want to know what has been the byproduct of Shaheen Bagh. We have an Aam Aadmi Party politician here, spokesperson here. Please tell me, Shaheen Bagh happened right under Arvind Kejriwal's nose. Did you find 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000 Muslim women and men thronging the streets and saying that they were not allowed to vote in Delhi? Can you really tell us that that narrative was correct and that narrative still rules the roost today? We are living in a country of absolute opposition pygmies. They have nothing to contribute to the national discourse today. They have no agenda, no vision, no alternate plan of action. And my problem is not that they do not have it. My problem is that they want to foment trouble, that they want to really fan a non-existent issue.
Keep changing.
For all I care, an average opposition is okay. An average opposition is okay even if it doesn't do its homework, doesn't sit with people, doesn't know what the agenda is. It's all right to go come and screech in the parliament. I can see a TMC supporter out here. Mahua Moitra can scream in the parliament as much as she wants. But can Mahua Moitra give us names of 10,000 people from her constituency whose identity cards were taken away by Modi government?
Rahul Gandhi is not wrong when Rahul Gandhi said
asking a question about Mahua Moitra. Rahul Gandhi has his fanboys and fangirls.
Allow others to speak. This is not a Machhi Bazaar. Don't make this a Machhi Bazaar, please.
And the third problem that the opposition today has, that they want to spit and spoon and expect the people of this country to sit like absolute silent.
No, it's obvious to all. You're getting irritated with Subrashta, Tosif, but I dare say it's obvious to all. Subrashta, just a moment. It's obvious to all that this is a playbook. It is terrible. No democracy in South Asia or the world will survive. If you want to overthrow a government, fight an election, win an election for God's sake, and sit in power. But do not do so on the back of American tech companies who want to only bootlick Donald Trump.
Or rather misquoting Rahul Gandhi.
I am asking.
What did Rahul Gandhi say?
What is
Rahul Gandhi said,
I don't have time to waste on Rahul Gandhi beyond the point.
Just a second.
Rahul Gandhi is not important.
Rahul Gandhi was very simple. Mahua Moitra had a lot of allegations were raised on Mahua Moitra's
don't interrupt. Subrashta,
public
hold on.
conduct as an MP.
Subrashta, you must keep quiet, please. Please, uninterrupted.
No, I'm not going to listen. No. I'm asking a specific
what
question.
Rahul Gandhi said.
Mahua Moitra stood up in defense
I'm giving you a free lesson.
of Rahul Gandhi's politics. Please tell me which constituency, which district, which booth in Krishnanagar constituency has 10,000 people, 5,000 people, even 5 people.
Can never make any sense.
Just because they were Muslims.
Keep quiet.
Please tell me this is the narrative that your leaders built. Tell me if it is correct. She's an MP, right? So I'm sure she knows the pulse of the people.
Steroids or what?
Please tell
what
me.
Is it?
No personal comments.
Now you see what Rahul Gandhi said.
He can do whatever he wants. I'm not bothered about his personal comments, Arnab. These guys have nothing So therefore, they will always attack me personally, and that's absolutely okay. Unlike their leader, who is out there in the public eye and wants to be, wants to have all goody comments on him. I know that I've signed up for the kitchen. I'm not afraid of the heat.
You are nobody. Don't think so much of yourself. Now listen.
I know,
Rahul Gandhi
I'm a nobody, but
Rahul Gandhi said India, that is Bharat, is a union of states.
Please do not talk
and
to
Rahul Gandhi was quoting Article 1 of the Constitution. He is absolutely right. Rahul Gandhi was quoting Article 1 of the Constitution, and Article 1 says India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. So Rahul Gandhi is correct in saying that.
Anyway, that's not the point. You seem to be stuck on that, Tausif.
A unitary form of
where
government.
1,000 people have been disenfranchised by the Modi government, as you keep saying. Tell me the name of that constituency. I'll personally go and campaign for Rahul Gandhi.
What is this woman?
I'm putting it out on air. I'll personally go and campaign without charging a single paisa.
Did you hear what I said?
Tell me the name of one constituency where 1,000 people have been
Anmol is on the debate now. One minute. Anmol is on the debate. I go back to the same point right now. We don't want to waste so much time on Rahul Gandhi. He can be happy wearing his jeans shorts, driving a scooter allegedly in Malaysia. Anmol, my question is that, and I want General Bakshi to come in and after Anmol. Anmol, for me, I am seeing the obvious out here. Yes, I may agree. Okay, the government of Nepal is corrupt. They are a venal regime, as General G.D. Bakshi says. I have no quarrel on that. My quarrel is with the method. It appears to me, Anmol, that this is an organized protest. This, what you're seeing here, where students are dying, is a well-planned, well-oiled, rehearsed protest like it happened in Bangladesh when Sheikh Hasina refused to hand over St. Martin Island for the Americans to build a base from where they could manage Bangladesh, northeastern parts of India and Myanmar and achieve strategic depth in the region. So they organized this, and Muhammad Yunus, as you know, went to America and he acknowledged that he had conspired with the Americans to create this artificial protest. I am concerned that if this is the method, if the idea is to corner a government by creating, quote-unquote, a situation of anarchy, this can be replicated anywhere, even maybe in Washington. But this is the most dangerous trend which subverts democracy itself. Anmol, I'm sure you see the similarities between Bangladesh and Kathmandu.
Good evening, Arnabji. Arnabji, the impression which one gets from what is being portrayed in media is that the voices of the citizens is not being respected, and democracy can only survive when there's rule of law, when citizens' voices are respected, when institutions are protected. And one of your panelists said that compare dissent with anarchy, which is wrong. Let me tell you what anarchy looks like. Anarchists are the one which rejects dialogue, they crush freedom, they divide society, they topple democratically elected state governments, they misuse agency, they erase checks and balances, they thrive on chaos. That is what, and by this measure, the biggest anarchist force in our country is the BJP-led central government. You also said that
to get elected is anarchy. To subvert an election by creating chaos is democracy. I call this streetocracy. I just call it, I have another word for it, which is streetocracy.
No, let me tell you.
Not democracy, but streetocracy.
Arnabji, can I complete now? Can I complete now?
Beating
Arnabji,
your own men and women when they don't listen to you, it's democratic. Beating your Rajya Sabha MP, a woman in your house, is democracy.
I didn't interrupt.
Going and enjoying all the luxury perks of Punjab government is democracy.
I must be allowed the same courtesy. I must be allowed the same courtesy. They are getting agitated because they are getting exposed. That's why they are getting agitated, and you are allowing them a free run. I request you to allow me. Uninterrupted time.
Would you agree tomorrow? No, I ask you this. You have a democratically elected Bhagwant Mann government in Punjab. Tomorrow, if 10,000 people hit the streets and say we do not believe in this government, we want to protest, we are going to create chaos for Bhagwant Mann, will you sit there tight and do nothing? Will you say yes? Let nobody accept the verdict.
Arnabji, can I?
Why do we need the electoral process itself if you're going to support that? Anmol, okay. Ajay, let Anmol complete his point. Then Ajay,
can I make my point?
Can I make my point, Arnab ji?
Why did they do the Arnab ji,
tell me,
when they blocked the highway? At that point of time,
ये तरीका जो है ना, ये पूरा देश देखता है कि कैसे एंकर जो है बीजेपी को अनइंटरप्टेड टाइम देते हैं और हमारी बारी में जो है लगातार इंटरप्शन होता है.
Ajay, let him complete. Ajay, let him complete. Ajay, let him complete. Don't play victim, let him complete. Don't play victim, let him complete. Let him complete. Complete. But come to the point. आप बोलिए ना, मगर विषय पे बोलिए. आपको टूल किट दिख नहीं रहा है क्या?
हिम्मत दिखाइए, हिम्मत.
नो, जो सवाल आपको पूछा कि शाहीन बाग के आपका पोजीशन क्या था, सुब्राष्ट्र ने पूछा, आपकी हिम्मत है जवाब देने के लिए उसकी? सुब्राष्ट्र ने क्या सवाल पूछा आपसे? सुब्राष्ट्र को लाइए टीवी पे. सुब्राष्ट्र को लाइए.
नहीं,
आपकी क्या भूमिका थी जब हमारे तिरंगे को डेसिक्रेट करने की कोशिश की गई, जब हमें तिरंगे को हटाने की कोशिश की लाल किला में, तो आपकी भूमिका क्या थी? पूछता है भारत.
अनमोल,
आपने मुझे बोलने दिया. पूछता है भारत तो जवाब भी तो देने दिया करो ना. या केवल पूछता है भारत कह के सीधा बीजेपी वाले को कहोगे कि जी बोलना शुरू करो, इन्हें मत बोलने दो.
मगर आपने तो मुद्दे पे नहीं है ना. आई एम टेलिंग यू 5 टाइम्स.
ये है डिबेट का बीजेपी वाली नहीं हूँ, लेकिन मैं एक आम आदमी पार्टी सपोर्टर होने के नाते आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ, आपने क्या किया था? जब लाल किले पर हमारे तिरंगे,
मुझे पहले अपनी बात पूरी करने दे.
अरे करिए, आप कंप्लेन कर रहे हैं, तब से तो आपको ही मौका था. आई एम लेटिंग यू स्पीक. गो ऑन अनमोल, कंप्लीट योर पॉइंट. कंप्लीट योर पॉइंट. ओके, कंप्लीट योर पॉइंट.
पूरा देश देखता है, पूरा देश आपकी सच्चाई भी देखता है. फिर पूरा देश देखता है कैसे हमें बोलना.
Do you want what is happening in Kathmandu to happen in Delhi? Do you want what is happening in Kathmandu to happen in Delhi, Anmol? Don't skirt the issue. Don't run away around it. Don't circle it. Address the issue.
You are running away. You are running away, Arnab ji. You are running away and you are allowing them to.
You're not even coming to the point, for God's sake. It's disgraceful.
Give me uninterrupted
time. It's disgraceful. You're not even coming to the point.
Give me uninterrupted time.
You got all this uninterrupted time, man.
Contribute in a constructive debate. They don't even have proper arguments to support their own narrative. So the only defense left with them is to either abuse the person speaking, say that they are victims.
आपकी हिम्मत है तो जवाब सुनो.
As I said, you can only call me डरपोक. You can only call media names. You will not tell what Arvind Kejriwal felt when the tricolor was desecrated on Red Fort. You will not say that because Arvind Kejriwal, for all I care, has publicly admitted that he is an anarchist. So he might be having a good laugh over the whiskey, according to the new liquor policy that he got.
डेमोक्रेटिकली इलेक्टेड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स को गिराते हैं, जो टॉपल करते हैं सरकार, इनसे सवाल पूछने की हिम्मत नहीं है आप में.
So we are seeing an interesting point here right now. टॉपल कौन कर रहा है भाई? आप do you have the same, do you have eyes that see, or are you blind, or are you pretending to be blind? Ajay Alok, the people who are trying to topple governments are standing there and creating chaos in Bangladesh and in Colombo and in Kathmandu, and people like the Congress who can never win elections are sitting and smiling with a big smile from year to year, thinking elect तो कभी होंगे नहीं, आग लगाएंगे, फिर वो जब तक आग बुझाए हम सरकार चलाएंगे. Ajay Alok and Ratnakar.
I have 2-3 small. Ratnakar Tripathi ji, is it good to be standing with Omar Olan?
Ilan Omar.
Freedom fighter movement supporter, and Ilan Omar, and is it good to be seen in photo frame in US with Bangladeshi leader who toppled Sheikh Hasina government? Is it nice to be seen with fanatics? Is it nice by Mr. Rahul Gandhi, none other than Mr. Rahul Gandhi, forget a union of state, that if you are in opposition, you are fighting Indian state? Is this the motto of the opposition in this country? And you are singing peons for that man. This whole opposition, what they are doing, what was happening during Waqf, will protest all across the country and people were echoing it. The similar thing will happen.
Just a day before the Pahalgam massacre, Pahalgam carnage, these same people, Ratnakar Tripathi was justifying street protests in the name of Waqf. They were justifying street protests in the name of Waqf, ladies and gentlemen. With Asaduddin Owaisi, with whom they have a political arrangement now for the vice presidential election.
That religion comes first, then comes the nation. And Tejasvi Yadav and Rahul Gandhi were echoing them. They went to meet Imarat-e-Sharia people. Imarat-e-Sharia in Gandhi Maidan openly gave a clarion call. For us, the religion
Ratnakar, louder.
Then the nation. And Mr. Tejasvi Yadav...
Can't hear you, Ratnakar. You muted yourself.
Not only there in Patna, Phulwari...
You have muted yourself, Ratnakar. I have not muted you. Ratnakar, you muted yourself. आप अपने आप को mute किया आपने. हाँ, then you'll say there's a conspiracy.
I am saying if you don't want me to speak, don't call me.
But why don't you say that to carry out these kind of anti-democratic protests along with American social media companies and the American deep state is not acceptable in India?
You carry out these kind of anti-national activities, rumors, lies and fears.
You have any doubt about the involvement of the... Okay, tell me one thing, Ratnakar. If not the American deep state, you think it's the Vietnamese deep state which is doing this?
Ajay Alok ji is saying on your channel that the government is siding with Sheikh Hasina, right? You are going to interfere in the international politics.
What internal politics?
Your leader Rahul Gandhi was sitting with those.
What internal politics?
You said it.
In US.
You
don't have a word for him.
To be the frame
you don't have a word for him.
Muhammad Yunus. So Muhammad Yunus is untouchable for
foreign
you.
visits, right from George Soros and his agents to everyone who all were there in this Musalman Jodo Yatra. The whole country has seen it.
Ajay Alok,
the whole country has seen it.
In the internal politics of Bangladesh.
What internal politics of Bangladesh,
I'm interfering, that's not my nature.
Sheikh Hasina, 1 minute, I want General Bakshi here. General Bakshi, wasn't Sheikh Hasina a friend of India? What, I think you need to educate Ratnakar Tripathi on foreign policy, sir.
General Bakshi, please give me a minute.
Look, as far as...
General Bakshi, just a second. Most humbly, I ask you, is it fair to interfere in the internal politics of a country? I'm asking you, whether they are friends of us or not. Is it fair?
Is it fair for the United States? Can I answer that? Can I answer that?
Yes,
Can I answer that, sir? You asked me a question.
Oh, sir.
Please, thank you. Is it fair for the United States CIA along with the ISI to create a colored revolution in Bangladesh against the newly elected government?
On point.
Is it fair for the United States?
General Bakshi, Lara. General Bakshi is on the point.
By ISI. You tell me
is it fair for the United States of America, for the CIA and the ISI to create a colored revolution in Bangladesh with the help of the Jamaat-e-Islami? Jamaat-e-Islami, the party that supplied women to the Pakistan army.
The Pathan court attack investigated by ISI. Is it fair? You tell me that this government allowed
Look,
ISI people.
I'm just asking you that here is a toolkit. Now please listen.
Please listen now. Ratnakar Tripathi, you must listen now. You stop me, you at least listen to General Bakshi. Have some respect, sir.
Please answer.
Have some respect for General Bakshi.
To get Pathan Air Base investigated by
Please,
ISI.
nobody has. Don't spread lies. We are not the ones doing that. You're lying again. You're lying on it.
The ISI team was here on 27 March 2016. Don't tell me.
What do you know? What are your facts? Where do you get this information from? Wikipedia, is it?
Please be aware.
Don't Wikipedia me here.
I am telling you, please listen to me. Please be aware. Please be aware that the CIA of the United States has got a toolkit. It has got a toolkit. It has got a toolkit by the help of which it seeks to discredit established institutions in a country like the Election Commission, like the judiciary, and then whip up such protests by flash mobs, by generating flash mobs using AI and other technologies on the social media, right? please be aware of this. Please be aware that Donald Trump is extremely riled with your country for standing up to it and its bullying. And he and the CIA are trying to do their best to topple the government in this country. We just had a tamasha of the purchase, of the attempted purchase of some members of parliament. Don't be blind to what is happening around you. We have stood up to the United States. There will be consequences. The Prime Minister himself has said, I am prepared to face those consequences. Don't join the American bandwagon to hurt your own country when it is taking a stand for the right reason.
That is the point.
The whole world has taken,
the point is, viewers,
seen the shining example of India. How to
Tausif,
stand
what's your
up to
point?
bullying.
Why is BJP government scared if people are rising against the government in Bangladesh or in Sri Lanka or in Nepal? Why is BJP government scared? What wrong has BJP government done? What vote story has BJP government done? That they are so scared that
tell me one thing. Tell me one thing.
People earn their own livelihood.
One minute.
It is their right to live with the freedom. And no people in...
Are you endorsing a colored revolution
dictators
triggered by the CIA?
Anywhere. Dictatorship will not be tolerated anywhere. General Bakshi, you may not agree with me, but the institution of army itself
elections are dictatorship. Elections are dictatorship.
Will not be allowed.
I'm asking you, man. Is an duly elected government a dictatorship?
Anmol, is a duly elected government a dictatorship? Anmol, answer the question General Bakshi put so brilliantly tonight.
Arnab ji,
there is a discomfort in you. You don't like Narendra Modi. You don't want the BJP to win, but they won the election. You cannot look at the visuals from Nepal with a sense of hope and heightened imagination. You must not do that.
Can I? You are constantly violating my freedom to speak.
The problem is
by not even allowing me 10 seconds to speech.
You're only complaining.
You said about fighting an election and winning an election. The opposition, you want the opposition to fight an election with a compromised election commission? The BJP
did a compromised election commission? Did a compromised election commission make Bhagwat Mann the Chief Minister of Punjab? What rubbish?
Mockery of democracy?
What absolute rubbish?
The Supreme Court said that they have made mockery of democracy? Are you calling out the Supreme Court of our country?
But are you calling out the election commission which called the election in Punjab in your favor?
Arnab, I have two simple questions to Anmol.
1 second left.
Have your MLAs in Punjab resigned?
No action.
Have your MPs in Parliament resigned? Because they have all been there. If I were to believe your narrative, they have all been there because of compromised election commission. Surely you are not telling me that suddenly in 2025...
Ladies and gentlemen, nobody wants to accept the truth, but the truth is tonight, I get a sense there are certain political parties which are looking at the events in Kathmandu with a sense of hope, almost salivating at the possibility of civil anarchy in New Delhi, which we must all fight. We must all fight. We must stay united. Nation first, ladies and gentlemen. No compromise at 9 p.m. Another Hindu festival targeted. After Ram Navami and the Kawar Yatras, stone pelting during the Ganapati procession.
Quick breather. Arnab will be right back